Hello everyone, my name is Nicktism and welcome to my review of Gris. Now, I told you I would be waiting a bit to go into my review of Gris, but as everything is currently being updated on my computer, meaning every game I have, so I can't play them right now, um, I figured now would be a good time to research it. And like a lot of people just go into the to like how great the art style is. The entire thing's watercolor is the amazing thing, which I learned later on. And I don't know. So few aspects I'm gonna go in with this. If you didn't watch the previous review I did of this for One Shot, which I recommend you do, I actually had a really good time doing that. It was a really different thing that I did for my channel, and that was interesting. There the three I'm going to be going for the three main things in from that video, which was the story, I believe, the music, and the emotional appeal, or something like that. But here's the criteria I'm going to go for this one. I'm going to go with the visuals, the the, the music, obviously, and the emotional impact. Can't really go into characters that much because Gris is really the only character in that. So I'm gonna eliminate that for now. I'm gonna use that for other things later on. But like there was other things that like the story overall is also going to be something I'm gonna cover. Uh, like I'm gonna rate it and then take the average out of all that. But so far it's looking really good for Gris. I'm not gonna lie, because my word, that was absolutely amazing. Like my heart was beating in my chest near the end. So first, going to like the visuals and stuff like that. Obviously the visuals were absolutely amazing. Watercolor, like the entire thing was just in a beautiful journey. And honestly, while I didn't get it at first, now that I've read a bit more about it, I get a bit more. But like even with like the when it was just colorless, and you had to get all the colors back still, and when you got red back, when you got green back, when you got blue back, when you got yellow back, it was just amazing. Like every one of those instances had just beautiful animation, beautiful coloring, and like I'm playing all those moments in my head. And even outside of those moments, like the instance where you're going through after you get the yellow color and you're going through the water stage, and you're lining up your way as you go, it is just really interesting to me. I really liked it. And I don't know, the entire thing was just so beautiful. I have to give Gris a 5 out of 5 for visuals alone, because that was just absolutely amazing. Next, it comes to music, which, my word, did they nail the music. Like just just listening to soundtrack, it was so beautiful. I can't get over it. Like I'm so glad that my headphones here are such good quality, because just listening to that music was so beautiful. Like and it helps you encapsulate a lot of the emotional essence of the game. Like the game definitely very much benefited from, like, it very much capitalized on the visuals and the music and it all, and just showing us a little bit more of what Chris is going through, what it feels like for her. And I don't know, it just was so interesting. The music was delicious. It was amazing. I like I'm I'm very big fan of like that kind of like a instrumental kind of thing. Like obviously I'm more of a rock guy, but for these kind of situations, I'm much more into like the grand orchestral kind of thing, or whatever it is they had going on. Like I really enjoyed that. That was amazing. Like there was never a missed beat in that. Like I mean, to use upon, yes. So again, that's going to be a 5 out of 5. Like I have no problems with it whatsoever. as far as emotional impact goes, oh, had me in the heart, dude. Like, the game made me feel so much more like it, the entire thing was just a wonder world almost in a way, but like it also created a kind of sense of loneliness, a sense of melancholy. Like you can feel what Gris is going through. You can understand like okay, she's clearly dealing with a lot of emotional pressure right now. She like a lot of people in their reviews would say she was going through personal loss, which all of a sudden that makes a lot of things make a lot of sense. And with that knowledge and the knowledge of with the last achievement I got, aside from the end, being acceptance, the fifth stage, it's clearly a journey through grief. And honestly, I think they did that phenomenally well. What's the five stages of grief again? I think it goes denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. I think it started in this case. It started off with the depression. I don't know. I think that stage of grief were different for this one. It didn't go with purely that main archetype of dealing with grief. Five stages. The final stage was still acceptance because she finally accepted what happened, and I think what it was is she lost someone very dear to her, and she was trying to put herself back together, and it was very symbolic in a lot of ways, and it was just such a beautiful thing. So very much think like the death were definitely denial, because like I mean going through what happened, she very much was trying to fight against it with like the sandstorms that were coming through. She was very much trying to fight against it, and with her dress power, she was that gave her the strength to kind of push against it as well. Then the part where she falls into the monochrome area, the butterflies, having to crash through that, trying to break free. I don't know. That could be like her lashing out almost in anger from what's going on. I'm still trying to put it all together in my head in a way, but in a way it also kind of makes sense. Like, but like the grassy area, she got that friend with the Cupid guy, and she helped him, and that kind of made that way that kind of made her so feel better. I still think those nights were like some sort of form of hope or something of that kind, because throughout the game you have to deal with this shadow monster. You never fight against it. It's more just you try to find ways to find ways to beat it, but you can't fight against it. It's kind of very much an emotion, a very powerful emotion that you can't very well deal with on your own. And I don't know. She clearly ended up putting herself back together. There's the water area, which is her swimming through. Again, that big chase scene with the eel. And then when her despair took on her face, that was just outstanding, and it was just a phenomenal game for me. Like I understood like a lot of the emotional weight of what was behind what was going on in the game, and that really lent a lot of hope to it. It was just a very interesting moment for it. Like when her perspective got flipped. Like I guess the whole the inversion of gravity in that in the yellow stage was kind of like her trying to change her perspective on what happened, trying to like getting a better understanding of what happened. Then her getting then finally when she uses her voice to actually turn the world up on back, it's her finally like, okay, so this is what happened. This is I'm trying to get better perspective on it. It's like a rotation of your perspective, changing your perspective, and then like when you're in the sea, that's obviously depression. Like it's trying to swallow you, it's trying to consume you, but we managed to get to the hand of the statue and put it back together, and you finally found your voice and finally able to like move on with life, being able to climb up the pathway of stars, getting out of your own head, getting back out into the world. The entire thing was such an emotional thing for me, and I really enjoyed it. And so I have to, again, it's a 5 out of 5 for that. I think you guys know where this is going at this point. Now, what was the last? The story. The story wasn't very clear in that you don't really understand what's going on immediately, but as you start to put these things together, as you try to start to understand, like, again, it's a very much a story of someone dealing with grief, someone dealing with having lost someone very dear to them, and it's just such a beautiful story and surrounded by a beautiful world, and it's so real in a way. Because yes, the world she was in was fake, but in a lot of ways it wasn't. It was genuine. It's exactly what she was going through, and it's that kind of thing that, like, when I don't know how to put it to words exactly, but like that's the kind of feeling you get in that kind of situation where you've lost someone, or you've had to deal with some horrible thing that happened to you, and you're just trying to put yourself back together at the end of it, and you may not be able to, like, it may be something that you feel you can't get past, but eventually you will get past it, and that's the main lesson this game is trying to tell you, and it's such a beautiful lesson to say, like, things may be bad now, but you can put yourself back together again. You have people who care about you. You have people who help you put you back together, and there's just no reason why you shouldn't be able to come back from it. It's just such a beautiful, such a beautiful story, and like I absolutely loved this game. Is not necessarily a perfect game, but is an amazing game. I highly recommend this to everyone. It's getting a 5 out of 5. It is getting a 5 out of 5, guys. I'm That's just all it is. It's just a 5 out of 5. I have no really points of contention with it, but again, it's not a perfect game. There are some portions of it that I clearly struggled with, but I mean, there was still the issue of everything wasn't abundantly clear, and not a lot of people will like that. I will admit there will be a lot of people probably be turned off by how you're not being given the story in a very upfront way, but it's very much more conveyed through her actions at the beginning, um, through the way she behaves throughout the story, through very much symbolism of what's going on. But ultimately, it is an amazing game, and I highly recommend it for anyone who wants to play it, because it is absolutely amazing. The music is amazing, the visuals are amazing, the story is really good. It hits you in the feels like a truck, and it makes you feel like a human being, like a good game should. Oh, it's so good. I just can't get over it. I want to play it again, but at the same time I don't. I kind of want to leave it where it is now. Clearly I didn't get everything I could get with this game, but I don't need to, because it's just the story of it on its own is enough for me. It's just a satisfying story of I've gone through personal trauma. I put myself back together again. I'm ready to face the new world again. And that's just something that resonates very well with me, given a lot of things from my past. But hey, even if you haven't gone through that kind of thing, you kind of have a feeling of, yes, this, you kind of feel sympathy. You can feel what the person's feeling. You're able to empathize with them. It's just this amazing thing. And Nomada Studios, Devolver, thank you for what you've done. I really enjoyed this game. It's a 5 out of 5. Highly recommended. Thank you all so much for watching. Till next time, I'll see all of you later. Bye bye.